Hello there.
Hello there.
I can see you.
I was too busy blocking out the haters.
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Welcome to Balmar, or the filming location for episode 2 of Doctor Who Generations. Now, it's been approximately 3 years since we've made something because we're shit at making things and sticking to deadlines, but also the fact that we've been incredibly busy, not only working on episode 3, which is now in pre-production, but also making a documentary for television, courtesy of the camera director there, Thomas Gardner. Come with us. This is Balmar, it's very spacious. We filmed over the course of 3 days for Generations episode 2.
Caught me admiring the set of Doctor Who Generations episode 2. We did the scene down here where the Doctor comes into contact for the first time with the jack-o'-lanterns.
Who's they? Tell me, who's they? What have you done?
This was done around 3 years ago, September 2015. That was the last time anything was released on the page, on the YouTube channel. We've been quite busy with a lot of projects. I've been getting a degree from university. We've both been making a documentary for Channel 4. Now we're just revisiting the set because the reason we want to sort of bring you, the fans, back to the set of episode 2 is because episode 3 is now in pre-production. So the script has been made, casting has already begun, and hopefully within the next, I'd say about 9-10 months or so, you'll be getting some sneak peeks of episode 3 for the first time.
What are you?
We can't hear you, Doctor.
What do you mean?
Well, aren't you full of questions?
I like to be thorough in my research. Quite weird coming back to actually seeing the set about how it once was. There was a hut made out of trees that we had the jack-o'-lantern sat under, just about where where that Morrison's bag is, around there. It was like a campfire-y hut that we had the jack-o'-lantern sit under and we would animate to come alive. It's very strange to see it destroyed, really. It was a good filming location. It was quite close to where me and Tom both reside. Yeah, I mean, it's destroyed now, isn't it? Really? dramatic chase scene that happened between the Doctor and the Jack-o'-lanterns was actually cut into 2 different locations.
Nice knowing you, Doctor!
Through those trees and right over the log over there was where we actually had the running sequence going. It was a clean space, and it's now just completely destroyed. So my character, the Doctor, essentially ran all the way through all over these trees and over to carry on running away over here, just about 30 feet or so away from the jack-o'-lantern that was chasing after them. We would jump onto here and then dart off, and we would then cut the scene, and essentially we did that about 4 or 5 different times just to be able to give ourselves some coverage.
So this is the place where we did the tracking shot. This is where the Doctor first comes into Balmar. So we had the Doctor walk down here for a little bit, and then as you can see, round this little, sort of like a triangle. So we'd have Matt stand in the middle here, and then we'd trace him round with the camera, and we went round a couple of times, and as we got to his left hand side, he'd then move forward, and then we'd follow him down this path here, and then I don't know, I think we used this shot, didn't we? Did we use the shot? 'Cause remember he woke up down there, didn't he, at one point? Or was that further on?
That was a little bit further on.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was a little bit, yeah. I don't think what people know is that the episode was not as it was originally written. It was written originally for 2 parts. It had a companion, it had a lot more locations, and it had a bit more of a story, but because of casting issues with the companion and due to other casting members of the cast dropping out, we had to rewrite it quickly in order to produce it and get it made before I left. So we are going to make what it was originally, but it's not going to be as a Doctor Who Generations episode. It's just going to be a separate film on its own, which we will probably end up releasing either on your page or my page, depending on how it looks. But it is, I do like coming back here, but obviously a lot has changed. If you look back at the episode and then look back at what we're filming now, you wouldn't think it's the same place. Like, say if you were a fan of the series and you walked down here, and then you wouldn't recognise this was a location for it. If we tried to recreate the episode and that scene, I don't think we could try and recreate it exactly as it was, because obviously it's changed so much. And obviously people come down here quite a lot. There's obviously bin bags down there with beer cans and stuff in, Pepsi cans, some bits of clothes stripped around the place. So it's used quite a lot, and I think it was destroyed probably about a month after we finished filming. It was very soon after we finished that the whole thing was destroyed, and then we ended up, if we needed to do any reshoots, we couldn't do.
This was the last scene from Doctor Who Generations episode 2, and the Rogue Doctor and the Doctor were discussing what was going to happen to the Jack-o'-lanterns. Now this scene was shot very late at the end of production, right on the last day before Thomas Gardner had to go off to university. And we shot this with approximately 10 minutes of sunlight left, and we had about 3 pages of dialogue to do, so we had to be very quick about it. And you can actually see in the episode when I'm stood here, I'm reading off the script because the paragraph was very large, and you can actually see when the Rogue Doctor replies a orange glow in his shades, because that was the light that we had to use in order to light the script up so that Tom was able to read it off. And then the Doctor came down here with his screwdriver, turned around, we had a nice little low shot there, and he sonicked away, and then it cut to black, and then we moved on to the last scene of Generations, which involves the Rogue Doctor and the Doctor the Doctor cursing the Rogue Doctor that if he ever sees him again, there will be consequences.